A very good evening to you. And welcome along once again to Sweet and Swing here on Manx Radio. My name's Howard Kane, and you know, it's that time for the week. What for? Well, for some of the best sounds on the station, in my humble opinion. This evening, a bit of Marigold, Billy Mayerl. Ah, Frank, he's not been on for a while. Flanders and Swan, swinging the classics. And to start us off this evening, I shall simply say, it's you that I love.
Not the dress that you wear, or the style of your hair, I swear, it's you that I love. It's you that I love, not that lovely perfume, or that luminous moon above. It's you that I love. Your elegant grace, your magical charms, I want to embrace you here in my arms, dear. So kiss me and then let me whisper again. There is only one thing that I'm conscious of, it's you that I love.
It's you that I love. Truer words never spoken, because without you, I'm just some old duffer sat in a room on my own, talking to myself. Which, to be fair, I do a little bit in any case, but it's much nicer if I know someone's out there enjoying the music and hopefully the words in between as well. How are we all? I trust we're keeping as well as we can do as we head pell-mell through the summer, TT, long gone, into the season of agricultural shows, and then before you know it, there's already been beach festivals, haven't you? The Manannan Festival's been and gone, all these landmarks of the Manx summer, the Southern and the Royal Show yet to come, and before you know it, we'll be heading towards the Grand Prix, and then, dare I say, no, I'm not going to mention Christmas. Oh, I've just done it. Oh dear. You know how it's like though, don't you? You're just starting summer, and before you know it, you're at the end of the summer. The question is, of course, if you're a cynic like me and anyone who's lived on the Isle of Man, have we had the summer? Was that glorious 4 or 5 weeks, which started a week or two before TT and ran through TT until post-TT, was that the summer? Or is there more to come? See, I'm a cynic and thinking, yeah, that's it. The rest of it's going to be rather like it is now. The usual mix of sunshine and showers. The odd nice day, but then in between, it was blown a hoolie at Cronky, as they say, the other night, and could easily have been late September rather than late June, early July. But who knows? I'll try not to get too grumpy. Let's just play some more music. What do we start off with? Carroll Gibbons and the Savoy Orpheans with Leslie Douglas on the vocals. Perhaps not one of the better known vocalists around. He sang with Henry Hall in the early years, in the 30s. And then during the war, he was at the RAF. He led the Bomber Command Dance Orchestra. Perhaps that's his most famous role, I don't know. And then after the war and the fighting hostilities were over, he toured quite a bit, particularly with Pearl Carr as his singer as well. And then he returned home to residencies and radio broadcasts and like, and also working with Carroll Gibbons and the Savoy Hotel Orpheans. How about a bit of piano music? We've got a couple of bits of piano music this evening. Like I said, some music of Billy Mayerl a little bit later on, I think. But for now, how about another Billy? Billy Thorburn, not Cliff. He's the snooker player. This is Billy Thorburn. And a little medley. I'd know you anywhere. Do I love you? And I want my mama. Ah, very nice too. There's a good bouncy style he's got there, wasn't it? Billy Thorburn, who also, of course, played with Carroll Gibbons as well, and the Orpheans. And yeah, a very bouncy stride type of style he had there, perhaps. And also, maybe best known for working with the organ. Billy Thorburn worked with many bands over the years, including, like I said, the Savoy Hotel, and also Jack Payne and Jack Wilbur. But the Organ and Me, I think you might remember, best known for his band that featured the organ along with the regular dance band instrumentation, which made it a little bit different. I dare say that was a good USP, as they say. Unique selling point. Stick an organ with a full orchestra, back when most of them were just having a straight piano or something, yeah, it just marks you out, doesn't it? Makes you that little bit different. But a nice, bouncy little medley there he had, and if you got them, maybe you did get them, maybe you didn't get them. But a nice mix in any case to get going. And what did I say? I'd know you anywhere, Do I Love You? And I Want My Mama at the end, which sounds a bit like that Roundtree's Pastel advert of the 1970s, doesn't it? Oh, that was an old pastel packing mama, something along those lines. See, the trouble is now I want a fruit pastel.
Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those eyes? Gosh, oh, get up, how'd they get so lit up? Gosh, oh, get up, how'd they get that size? Golly gee, when you turn those heaters on, woe is me. Got to put my cheaters on. Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Oh, those weepers, how they hypnotize. Where'd you get those eyes?
Unmistakable Nat Ganella and his swinging style with the Georgians. I think that was in any case. It was certainly Nat Ganella in any case, and the vocals being taken by Nat as well. No stranger to these shores, as I say. Appeared here several years in latter years and always went down a storm and performed right up and towards latter days, even when he went back home. I think he passed away a year or two back now in a nursing home down on the south coast somewhere. But I believe he was entertaining the troops there up until shortly before he died with the odd number from time to time. That's the way to do it, isn't it? And a great character. I know I never actually met him. The old maestro did, and said he was, as you imagine, something of a character. And I think for, the old maestro, it must have been a bit of a treat, because he always mentioned to me that it was hearing Nat Canella and his Georgians as a young boy that started him on his path as a jazz musician, which was something that he, had for the rest of his life, another, 70, 80 odd years, I suppose, easily. It's a good thing to have something like that, isn't it? Get into the music, and it never dies if you have good music. It keeps you company for the rest of your life. Always plenty of good music here on Sweet and Swing, of course. If there's anything you'd like to hear, then it's not a request show per se. That said, I'm happy to take requests. If you've got something you haven't heard for a long time, or you'd like to hear, or you haven't been able to find, perhaps, or that sort of thing, I'm always happy to have a rummage around, see if we've got it knocking around up here at the Black Satanic Mill, or maybe we can find it somewhere through the wonders of the web, etc., etc. Who knows? Might be able to do something, but always happy to try and oblige, or just someone we haven't played for a long time. We try and get round and give a mix, but sometimes someone just drops off the radar. We don't hear from them for months and months and months. Anything like that. Or someone you'd like to hear a little sort of feature on, etc. Let me know. Howard Kane at manxradio.com. Caine. Dead easy, that wasn't it? Howard Kane at manxradio.com. That's short and sweet. If you like to put pen to paper, and we're always happy to see a card or a letter, Basildon Bond or otherwise, then it's Sweet and Swing, and of course it's Howard, Sweet and Swing, Manx Radio, Broadcasting House, Douglas Head, Douglas, in the Isle of Man, and the postcode I, M for Mother 1, 5, B for Bravo, W for Whiskey. No, I'm not going to have one. And that will get there. A little bit slower, but it'll get there all the same, and lovely to see. Always like a bit of a handwritten letter. Gorgeous. We get the odd one from time to time. Our Far Away Club died off a little bit. At one stage, a year or two back, we had regular correspondence from people in New Zealand, people in America, people in Europe, people in the Philippines. Now, I know the Philippines, where obviously our regular listener, Father Sean, was for a long time, but now back in the Emerald Isle. But the other ones, I don't know. So if you're still listening, just drop us a line to say where you are, if you're somewhere a little bit more exotic than the Isle of Man, or just the British Isles, perhaps. Always nice to hear. Give you a mention, and get a request in as well. Why not? Okay, where are we going to go from there? This one stayed in the bag. The swinging guitar of Tal Farlow, the jazz guitarist's guitar player. You can't go wrong with a bit of Tal, because he plays like this. Beetlejuice, good. Taking a Chance on Love, an alternate take actually from that album. There's a couple of, it starts with that same track and then later on has an alternate take, both very good it has to be said. Self-taught on guitar and known for his great dexterity and technique, and liked working in sort of drummerless sessions quite often because he had that percussive style. Almost there, you felt like there was a drummer maybe at one stage doing a little bit of percussive work, or maybe snappy brushwork or such like. But no, all tell, he'd sort of tap the body and use the body of the guitar as a percussive instrument as well, and fantastic finger technique, as you could gather there. Wonderful sound. The guitarist's guitar player, maybe not that well known compared to the likes of, I don't know, Charlie Christian and such like, but wonderful player. And you ask any jazz guitar player, I'm sure they will cite Tal Farlow somewhere along the line. Coming up, we still have some Flanders and Swan. Been enjoying dipping into that little retrospective. Big Frank. I haven't had Frank Sinatra on for a while, so I thought we'd dig out some Frank Sinatra. And how about some Billy Mayerl? Eric Parkin playing the piano impressions of Billy Mayerl. Wonderful pianist. Some terrific tunes he did there. All sounds good, doesn't it? Before that, though, bit of Dorsey. Tommy Dorsey. All the Things You Are.
Promised kiss of springtime that makes the lonely winter seem long. You are the breathless hush of evening that trembles on the brink of a lovely song. You are the angel glow that lights a star. The dearest things I know are what you are. Someday my happy arms will hold you, and someday I'll know that moment divine when all the things you are mine.
All the Things You Are. Tommy Dorsey, of course, of the Dorsey Brothers fame, along with Jack Leonard on the vocals. And just as I was reading that, I was reading an obituary from the New York Times to see he died in the 1980s, 1988. Jack Leonard, the singer, it said, who recorded many songs with the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra, died on Friday. He was 73 years old. Doesn't sound much of an age, does it? Mr. Leonard joined the Dorsey Group in 1937, it noted, and recorded more than 200 songs with the orchestra, including such popular hits as Marie and Once in a While. He left the band for military service at the beginning of World War II and was succeeded by, who do you think? Frank Sinatra. Mr. Leonard subsequently headed up a military band at Fort Dix, New Jersey. I don't know what happened to Frank Sinatra. I think he went on to become a singer of some kind. Perhaps we better hear from him. Here's a nice little mix. It's not Frank you hear first, though. It's not the wrong CD. It's just he happens to be duetting with this man.
Friends, Mr. Sinatra and I will now sing a medley of 3 well-known selections. Till we meet again, meet me tonight in Dreamland, and there's a long, long trail. Mr. Trotter, if you please.
Smile the while you kiss me sad adieu. When the clouds roll by, I'll come to you. Then the skies will seem more blue. Down in Lover's Lane, my dear, wedding bells will ring so merrily. Every tear will be a memory. So wait and pray each night for me till we meet again. Meet me tonight in dreamland, under the silvery moon. Meet me tonight in dreamland, where love's sweet roses bloom. Come with the love light gleaming in your dear eyes of blue. Meet me in dreamland, sweet dreamy dreamland. There let my dreams come true. There's a long, long trail a-winding into the land of my dreams, where the nightingales are singing and the white moonbeams. There's a long, long night of waiting until my dreams all come true, till the day when I'll be going down that long, long trail.
Oh, yes, Bing and Frank. I don't know how often they duetted. I'd like to think quite a bit. I honestly don't know. Perhaps you do. But, wow, they do sound good together, don't they? As you might well imagine, I must admit, a youngish Frank Sinatra, slightly older, I think, Bing Crosby there, with a duet, Till We Meet Again, and Meet Me Tonight in Dreamland, a long, long trail. Very good. Now, we might have some more of that, I think. I'll keep that in the bag for now. Frank Sinatra and Friends. He includes duets with Doris Day, Nat King Cole, Dinah Shore, Bing Crosby, and many more. Yes. One for the bag for the next few weeks, I reckon. What you reckon? Should we say yes to that? Flanders and Swan. That's been knocking around the bag as we've been enjoying at the drop of a hat. Here's a number which is very appropriate for this time of, perhaps for... maybe we should just say very appropriate for Britain. Yeah. And leave it at that, shall we? That's probably close enough.
January brings the snow, makes your feet and fingers glow. February's ice and sleet, freeze the toes right off your feet. Welcome March with wintry wind, would thou wert not so unkind. April brings the sweet spring showers, on and on for hours and hours. Farmers fear unkindly May, frost by night and hail by day. June just rains and never stops, 30 days and spoils the crops. In July the sun is hot, is it shining? No, it's not. August cold and dank and wet, brings more rain than any yet. Bleak September's mist and mud is enough to chill the blood. Then October adds a gale, wind and slush and rain and hail. Dark November brings the fog, should not do it to a dog. Freezing wet December then, bloody January again.
I hope that's been helpful to those of you planning your holidays.
Ah, dear, never fails to bring a smile to the face. Flanders and Swan with the Song of the Weather, and that's one that my brother and I have done numerous times in cabaret, and always goes down well. In fact, we did it at the at the Gaiety, only last December at the Christmas Fest or Winter Fest, whatever it was called, the wonderful sort of variety show staged at the Gaiety by Dave Kilgallen, I think it was. Great fun, terrific. Was it Winterfest? You know the show I mean. There was good houses there and a real mix of talent and singers and all sorts of wonderful artistes gracing the Gaiety stage. And us. I won't class us as wonderful artists, but we were out there and went down very well indeed and had terrific fun doing a couple of numbers from the old cabaret days. More from Flanders and Swan. Yeah, we might even move on to a drop of another hat yet. I don't know. See how we feel. Jazz in the Classics. It's one we've been enjoying as well. A collection of original mono recordings from the 30s to the late 40s of bands doing exactly that. Jazzing the classics. Vic Damone, You're Breaking My Heart.
You're breaking my heart 'cause you're leaving. You've fallen for somebody new. It isn't too easy believing you would leave after all we've been through. It's breaking my heart to remember the dreams we depended upon. You're leaving a a slow dying ember. I'll miss you, my love, when you're gone. I wish you joy, though teardrops burn. But if someday you should want to return, please hurry back, and we'll make a new start, dear. Till then, you're breaking my heart. L'aurora di bianco vestita, già l'uscio dischiude gran sol, di già con le rosse suadità, carezza di fiore il sol. I wish you joy, though teardrops burn. But if someday you should want to return, please hurry back, and we'll make a new start, dear. Till then, you're breaking my
Great ending there. Some lovely breath and vocalization type techniques and breath techniques on the trombone there from Bob Brookmeyer. I thought I'd better play something just to compensate for a song of the weather from Flanders and Swan. So on the sunny side of the street, where we always want to be, don't we? Bob Brookmeyer trombone, Jimmy Rowles at the piano, Mel Lewis drums, Buddy Clark on the bass. Recorded in New York in 1960. Very nice indeed. And that was the second of a little twofer. We always enjoy our twofers, don't we? Following on from, I suppose I should say, from our Jazz in the Classics. And it was Vic Damone with Glenn Osser and his orchestra. You're Breaking My Heart. I hope it didn't break your heart, not too badly. In any case, it provided a number one hit in the States and a second golden disc for Vic Damone. Or was it Damone? Damone, I think it was, from memory. But I stand to be corrected on that. Looking at the notes there, it says, yes, Gennaro Skylar after Leoncavallo Mattanata, a million-seller number one hit. Yeah, it was. And do you remember Vic at all? He was quite a character, and again, in his day, he did very, very well indeed. It wasn't actually really Vic. He was the name he took later on in life as a stage name. And he started after meeting Perry Como. He was working in a theatre as his dad had fallen ill, I think, and so he had to sort of leave school and go and get some work in order to make ends meet, I suppose, one way or another. And he met Perry Como whilst he's at the Paramount Theatre, and he stopped the elevator between floors and sang for Perry Como, who was so impressed that he referred him to a friend for an audition. And he went on then and actually started singing, got on to singing with the Dodgers at one stage in their sort of, it was their post-show or in-between show entertainment, light entertainment for fans of the Brooklyn Dodgers. And then Maury Amsterdam heard him, the comedian, and he got a break on his TV show, which was pretty good, and went on to fame and fortune after that. Also appeared, I note, which I might have seen, but I don't remember, in the 1974 Tommy Cooper Christmas special. You don't get any bigger than that. What a great ending. Typical Billy Mayerl there. Did he? Just those chords at the end there. Wonderful playing. Not easy to play a lot of Billy Mayerl stuff. I can't. Marigold perhaps is most famous. That one, Railroad Rhythm. Eric Parkin playing the piano impressions of Billy Mayerl. Yeah, that's another one I think I'll keep close to the bag. Rather enjoying that one. If I don't warble too much, I might squeeze a little bit more in. What should we have? Oh, I don't know, something short and sweet. Almost like being in love. Oh, yes.
What a day this has been, what a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. Why, it's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I would swear I was falling, I could swear I was falling. It's almost like being in love.
Almost like being in love. Not actually being in love, but almost like being in love. Ray Burns with Ambrose and the Boys. I think they were all boys too with Ambrose Orchestra. A great number to finish off for this evening from a marvellous selection of great dance band vocalists. All the biggies are there. Carol Carr, Ann Shelton, Alan Dean, Al Bowley, Sam Brown, Howard Jones, Denny Dennis, Dorothy Carlos. The list goes on and on. So many of them, and so many wonderful memories, which we try to invoke here on Sweet and Swing, of course. And remember, do drop me a line, because the more you contribute, the more music will get varied, I guess. Otherwise, it's all coming from my muddled head, which is fine, but it's nice to hear from your muddled heads as well. Howard Kane, CAINE @maxradio.com. Any suggestions, any thoughts? Just like to drop a line, say hello, because you're listening in Botswana. I don't mind. Just be nice to hear from you. That's about it. Would you believe, for another week? Where does the time go? Let's keep our fingers crossed for that weather. Stay on the sunny side of the street, whatever you're doing. And I will see you next week. Bye for now.